Hello everyone, this is Mason Haggett and you are currently watching the Casino Co. Official. And what do you know, it's been 5 years of Goldie the CasinoRaptor. I remember when I got this dinosaur with my mother at Target 5 years ago on April 16th when all of them were supposed to come out. It's been a wonderful 5 years, especially these last 2 years of his little life. These last 2 years, he got to be the mascot of a company I owned called Casino Co. And I just want to thank all the supporters and all my employees and first starting with the supporters for spending their money on casino bucks and for supporting the comics and for loving every single comic that I pump out for this guy and for having a smile on your face while you read it. Thank you for that. Every time I see someone reading my comics, get a little joy out of it. It's really something special to make something that people love. And if you're just some random guy watching this and you're not from Trinity Lutheran School and you've never heard of Goldie the Casino Raptor, then just listen to this. Don't worry, I'll have more in this video. But first, I need to say thanks to everyone, and I would like to say that these last 2 years have been quite the ride from starting season one of Goldie the Casino Raptor, getting the idea of starting a catalog, and yeah, all that. And I could not have done this without my employees. No, they're not just employees to me. There's something special. They're my friends. And two, I would like to eulogize or notice or is word for it, are my buddies Ethan Smith and Gage Thorpe. Ethan Smith has really helped me with my business over the years. He was kind of the analytical one, and I was the dreamer. I was the one that came out the idea, and he's the one that brought it to life. I just want to say thank you to my buddy Gage, too, for helping me with my ideas and dreams and stuff, too, like that. Helping Casino Co. become a reality. Those two really supported the business over the years, and I just want to thank them for that. If you want to go check out their YouTube channels, I recommend doing that. There is Pondhopper23. That's where my buddy Ethan fishes and does baseball stuff, mainly fishing, though. My buddy Ethan really loves fishing, so go support him. He has like 223 subscribers, so please subscribe to him. And my buddy Gage has a YouTube channel called G809 Gaming, where he plays video game and makes his own music. So he only has 58 subscribers, so go subscribe to him, please. Let's try to get them to 1,000 before the end of the year. And also subscribe to me too, obviously. And then, yeah, that's just a special little thing I like to say for all the supporters of Casino Co. and all my employees. Thank you. Anyways, I have something special planned for today. Today, we're going to be reading the Ethan.S Boss battle, which is the book that got me back into writing again. I remember when I was writing this book, I was going through a very emotional time in my life. So I hope you enjoy this. This is the Ethan.S Boss battle, the Underground Trilogy, by yours truly, Mason Charles Haggett. Prologue. Trinity students in the underground video game. Once upon a time, humans ruled the Earth. They lived peacefully until one day an advanced human species of humans started appearing on Earth. This species had green hair and were referred to as the advanced humans. Their number grew and they waged war against the normal humans. In this story, the player is an advanced human who has been in the underground world leveling up for a long time. It was an amazing day in Arizona, and some of the students from Trinity got together to go for a hike. They wanted to try to escape the stress of the ongoing war between humans and the advanced humans. They were hiking on a skyline mountain trail when suddenly the ground began to shake. They all looked at each other, and Jordan yelled, "We're going down!" They slid down for what seemed like an eternity. When they finally hit the bottom, they could no longer see light above them, only darkness. They landed in a magical land called the Underground. The Underground was sealed off by a magic spell that had been in place for centuries. There was now a group of Trinity students, including Francisco, stuck in the underground. The only thing that could break the barrier of magic is to take 7 advanced human souls. There were 7 cylinders to store the souls. These cylinders were located right next to the barrier. Advanced humans could go through the barrier, but normal humans could not. The war continued on the surface. The Trinity students knew there was a war going on above them, and knew their journey was just beginning. Chapter 1. Advanced Human Player. Game begins. Narrator. Advanced Human Player, known as Player, is waiting in the elevator currently. He is almost at the end of his journey. First he fell into the underground, then he discovered extinct species of humans, the original normal human. These were the Trinity students. The way to tell a difference between the advanced humans and the normal humans was that the advanced humans' hair was green. This apparently made them stronger in every way. Even their souls were stronger. All the underground Trinity students tried to dislike the advanced human player and tried to come up with a plan to get his soul to help break the barrier to the surface. Trinity students only needed 7 advanced souls. They had taken a total of 6 souls and needed one last soul to break the barrier. They just could not do it. They just ended up becoming friends with the advanced human. It's funny, really. They all tried to not like me, and some tried to beat me up, but they all ended up becoming my amigos. The only weapon I had to use was my words of kindness, and they all just dropped their weapons and accepted me as one of their friends. Marcus is strong, Mason is hilarious, and Ethan.N is truly everyone's best friend. For not having green hair, Ethan.N's soul is extraordinarily strong. The rest of the Trinity students are great too. Charlotte the Ghost. What about me, player? Oh, Charlotte, I almost forgot about you. Haha. Charlotte the Ghost. I know, I was worried there for a second. Of course you are my best friend. You've been by my side since the very beginning. Charlotte is a ghost with an unknown past. She's a small little girl with chocolate eyes and red velvet colored hair. She also wears a blue dress. She can turn invisible whenever she wants. Charlotte the Ghost. Thank you, player. You've been my best friend. You have always helped me with my train wreck of a life. Aw, you too, Charlotte. LOL, it is always a pleasure to help you with your ghost life problems. Then Player stood there in the elevator thinking about that guy named Ethan.N and how something was different about him. Charlotte the Ghost. Man, this elevator ride is taking forever. Time passes. Elevator door open. Now we need to get to the castle. Agreed. Narrator. Then Player walked out of the elevator into a long hallway and turned to the right. He saw an exit door and went through it. When he got outside, he saw a random house and a golden tiny star in front of the house. Player. Sweet, a save point. Progress saved. Tale of the Underground. Narrator. Then Player walks into the house and tries to walk down it to the basement, but needs 2 keys to unlock the chain door. Charlotte the Ghost. Player, I've been meaning to tell you about the story of the underground world. You think it's about time? Charlotte the Ghost. When the Trinity students fell into this underground world over 200 years ago, there was a monster down here. Narrator. While Charlotte was taking Player was looking for the keys, he went into the living room. In the living room, there was a big leather chair next to a fireplace. There was a stand on a bookshelf next to it. On the stand, Player spotted a key and snatched it up. So there was a monster. Yes, it was a Cyclops that was 15 feet tall. It lived down here longer than I have. The students were new to this underground world. They had no idea what was coming for them. Player walked around the home, and in one of the bedrooms, he spotted another key, and it snatched that one up too. Charlotte the Ghost. Then, the monster came after the Trinity students, and everyone ran away from the monster except for 3, Marcus, Ethan.N, and Ethan.S. Marcus did the most damage to the Cyclops. Ethan.N was able to cut the monster's arm off, and Ethan.S did the final blow. They saved the students. Then Player went into the kitchen of the home. He saw a pie on the table, and Player looked around and quickly took the delicious pie. The pie has been added to your inventory. Narrator. Then Player tried to go into the other rooms, but they were all locked. He then went back to the chain door and unlocked it. The door behind the chain led to a basement with a long dark hall. Player began to go down this hall. Charlotte the Ghost. Marcus, lost a finger in the battle. Ethan.S ended up with a scar across his left eye. Luckily, he kept his eye. Ethan.N had a bad sprain on his knee, and it was all scratched up and bloody. Ethan.N likes to say he got it from sliding off a treadmill, but we know it was from fighting the Cyclops. Ethan.N does not like to talk about that fight with the Cyclops. Why not? Well, alright, I'll tell ya. When he cut off the monster's arm, the monster bit Ethan.N. The Cyclops had eaten a lot of advanced humans. His teeth were packed with his last kills, blood, and some of their body parts. After that bite, everyone could sense something was different with Ethan.N. Everyone felt that the bite contaminated his blood with the advanced human's blood. The monster carried his teeth. No one knew for sure. The good thing is his hair never turned green. Player, oh, that is why I thought something was different with him. Then player finished walking to the end of the hall, and at the end there was a door. This door leads to the outside. There was a long path that curved to the right. When player stepped out, he looked around and realized that this path was hundreds of feet off the ground, and there was no railing. Narrator, he investigated the distance of all the large buildings and skyscrapers as he walked down the path. After the battle, Ethan.S became the first king of the underground, as Ethan.N and Marcus turned down the position. They did not want to deal with the stress. The Trinity students all went to the dead-sized Cyclops body to look at it and poke it with sticks to make sure it was dead. While they were all gathered around the Cyclops' body, there was a sudden blast from the monster's body. The students flew back from this blast. The magical blast had allowed the Trinity students to live a long time and remain youthful. They have also saved the Cyclops body and harvested all the magic they could from it. The magic has given them some special abilities. For example, Isaac was able to teleport, and Kimbaran obtained healing powers. After 200 years, the magical barrier still was not broken. That is when Ethan.S announced that any advanced human player that came down into the underground should be brought to him. We have not seen the sunlight in so long. Well, that explained why everyone was so aggressive toward me when I first arrived. Yep, exactly. But to be honest, everyone down here is way too nice to harm anyone. When I fought Marcus, I got 20 game overs. And when I fought Mikey, I got 2 game overs. Haha, you know what I mean? Charlotte, how do you know all this information? Player, did you forget? I can go invisible and I can hear everything. Everyone says without them knowing. So basically, eavesdropping? Charlotte rolls her eyes and laughs. Then the path ends and begins to curve around the underground's mountain. Charlotte the ghost. I gotta run, player. It was great seeing you. Catch up with you later. Bye, player. Bye, Charlotte. Chapter 3. The Royal Judge. Narrator. Player sees a door and enters a long golden hall. Our walls are all golden with glass windows. Player hits a save point. Progress saved. At the end of the golden hall stood Isaac Benavides, wearing a white t-shirt, red hoodie, and black basketball shorts. Player walks over to Isaac. Hey, Isaac, what's up? The roof? Huh? Nah, just kidding. I'm just doing my job. What's up with you, bucko? Your job? What is your job? The Royal Judge. And I stand here all day guarding the Royal Judgment Hall. I meet with all the convicted before they are sent to jail. It's a nice role in the government and pays nice. That sounds pretty cool, Isaac. Well, now to do my job, I must judge you, player. What are you going to judge me on? Your XP and your LV. What is that? EXP? It is your execution points. And LV? That stands for love. Phew, that sounds nicer than the first one. Actually, love stands for a level of violence in this game. That's not as nice as I was expecting it to be. Your progress shows that you didn't gain any love, but you gained love. Oh, that's nice. Now, bucko, you're almost to the end of your journey. You have used mercy and spread everyone with kindness in your heart. Now, you are about to meet the king, Ethan.S. He is one of the kindest people down here. You will not be able to show mercy and play as a pacifist as easily as you did with the others. Why not? The king is incredibly determined. Well, alright, thank you for the info. No prob, bro. Narrator. Then, the world around player goes blank for a second, and Isaac disappears. Player walks out of the golden hall alone. When he gets out, he saw a beautiful castle and a moat around the castle with a bridge next to the castle. He saw a beautiful baseball field with a gold star on a save point. Progress has been saved. Sorry, just need to breathe there for a second. Okay, moving on. Chapter 4 The King. After saving his progress, he walks across the bridge into the castle. When he gets into the castle, he sees the king on his throne. The throne was surrounded by a circle of grass. There was one light above the throne, shining directly on Ethan.S. Why, hello there, your highness. Hello, I don't believe I've ever met you. Oh, I see. Knowing he's going to have to end player for the seventh advanced human soul, a slight tear comes out of his eyes. Player, I've heard a lot about you. What have you heard? I have heard that you treat everyone with kindness, and if I had to be honest, I really don't want to fight you, so please just go. Your Highness, I want to see the sun again, so please, would you so kindly let me pass through the barrier? Advanced humans are the only ones that are able to pass through the barrier. I have not seen my family, the sun, or ocean in 223 years. We just need one more. One more what? You know what? It's about time, player. Follow me. Okay, Ethan.S wore a red royal robe and a crown on his head. Alright, player, this is the barrier, and the 7 cylinders. Well, I'm just gonna go now. Later. I'm very sorry, player. I don't want to do this, but I have to for my people. Chapter 5 The Final Battle. Narrator. Over the past 223 years, Ethan.S and students have filled 6 of the 7 cylinders with advanced human souls. They needed one more to break the barrier. With the small specks of light cracking through the barrier, Ethan.S is filled with determination. Hey player, again, I'm so sorry for what's about to happen to you. I wish I never had to do this. Narrator. At the barrier, next to the 6 souls, filled cylinders and one empty cylinder. The battle begins. Ethan.S pulls out the same sword used to kill the monster from his red royal robe and destroys player's mercy button. With the mercy button destroyed, the player does not have the option to stop the fight as a pacifist to show mercy. Your Highness, I really do not want to fight you. Please, we can resolve this through talking. I'm sorry. I can't let my people down. Ethan.S uses his magic and chucks his sword at the player. The sword spins around player, but player dodges it and only takes 4 HP damage. The sword flies back to Ethan.S hand and lands in it perfectly. Player. Gee, how much damage does this guy do? Ethan.S. Does his second attack. Exclamation marks begin appearing underneath player. Player runs and jumps off them, and fireballs start streaming up from the exclamation marks where he was standing. Wow! Just as he says that, fire starts to now rise from where he is standing, and he jumps out of the way quickly. But he also took 3 HP damage. Player used a nasty old bandage and got 1 HP points. Ethan.S then fires his third attack. He shoots fireballs out of his hand towards player. Player runs and he gets hit by the fireball and flies on the floor. Ethan.S tries to impale player using his sword, but player rolls out of the way and Ethan.S lands on the ground, getting his sword stuck in the ground and quickly pulls it out. Looks like you enjoy baseball the way you throw those fireballs. Is this a conversation we should really be having right now? Hope we never know when he can make a friend. Ethan.S summons spirals of fire, and player sees a pattern in the spirals, so he stands in the middle of the spirals, and the spiral goes around him. Player then takes a deep breath as a baseball flies at his shoulder and hits him, dealing him 2 damage. Ouch! Ethan.S summons a bunch of fireballs and chucks out his sword again. Player jumps over the fireballs, and the sword turns blue. Player stays still as it goes through him. He jumps over some more fireballs as the sword comes back orange. He moves through it, and it does nothing to him. The magic clears up. Player takes a deep breath as Ethan.S chucks another baseball at his shoulder, dealing him 1 damage. So, why is Isaac the royal judge? He wasn't always a royal judge. He used to be a scientist. Wow, that is a huge job change. Hey, why are we even talking about Isaac? Ethan.S summons the spirals of fire again. Player stands in the middle of the spirals, and they go around him. After that, he takes a deep breath, then instinctively jumps out of the way and sees a baseball fly through where he was just standing. Ethan.S. Well, looks like my attacks are getting too predictable for you, player. Time for me to make them a little harder. No thank you. So why is Gage the royal scientist? Dr. Gage is extremely smart and the best at math and science. Got it. Chapter 6. The Light. Player sees something in the corner of his eyes. It is Ethan.N. Sup, buddy? I could see the fire from across the underground, and something was drawing me to come over here. Welcome, Ethan.N. You know how we were able to get 6 advanced human souls from natural causes over the years, and all we need is one more? Well, we are here at the barrier with one more. We can break the barrier and go to the surface if I win this battle. Ethan, what's up, buddy? Sup, player? Ethan.S, we cannot end player. He is one of my friends. We must look out for each other, no matter how different we are. I feel the same way. I just want to go to the surface. I would feel terrible to end player. You got any better ideas? When Ethan.S said that, it triggered something inside of Ethan.N. Then suddenly, the 6 souls come out of the cylinders and swarm around Ethan.N. Ethan.N's soul begins to glow green. Through his body, suddenly, a blast of light came out from Ethan.N, blasting the whole underground with light. Then the 6 souls evaporated away. Ethan.N collapsed to the ground. Ethan.S and player immediately ran to help Ethan.N. Everyone came running at the sight of and feeling of light. Soon, everyone in the entire underground was circling around Ethan.N. Zeke, look, the barrier is down, and it is open to go to the surface. Everyone looking at the barrier and looked at Ethan.N, realizing that he was part advanced human from the Cyclops bite. This gave him a part advanced human soul. All the students were so happy to see the destroyed barrier. They could see bright light through the barrier towards the surface. Everyone lifted Ethan.N up together and carried him on the long trail back to the surface. At the surface, the feeling of the sun on their faces and the clean air gave everyone the joy and hope they continued to surround Ethan.N in a grassy field and pray for him. Suddenly, Ethan.N opened his eyes to a new life, in a new place. Trinity students win. The end. I just wanted to tell everyone that I told that this is going to be a live stream. I'm sorry. I could not get the live stream thing working for some reason, and there's a bunch of rules and stuff. So yeah, sorry about that. And one more thing. Gage, Gage, I surprisingly do not have the original Ethan.S Boss battle on me, so he took pictures of his copy and sent it to me, which is really nice of him, so make sure to go subscribe to his YouTube channel, J09 Gaming. And yeah, so have a wonderful day and happy 5 years of Goldie the CasinoRaptor. Bye-bye.